AI and Human Intelligence. Episode 1. AI can write like a graduate student, but why can't it see like a child? Opening. Today's AI can explain Kant. It can write Python code. It can summarize medical papers, draft legal documents, translate languages, and produce polished paragraphs in seconds. Sometimes it feels like we're speaking to a mind. But then something strange happens. Ask the same system to understand a messy table, count objects in a cluttered room, explain a hand-drawn wiring diagram, or judge what is structurally wrong in a construction photo, and suddenly this language genius may behave like a confused child. This is one of the strangest paradoxes of modern artificial intelligence. AI can sound brilliant in language, yet still struggle with parts of vision and spatial understanding that a 5-year-old handles effortlessly. So the real question is not simply how smart is AI? The deeper question is what kind of intelligence does AI actually have? And what kind of intelligence are we forgetting when we measure intelligence only through words? Part 1. The dazzling side of AI. Let's begin with what AI does astonishingly well: language. Modern AI systems can absorb, compare, and generate text at a scale no human could ever match. They can imitate styles, answer questions, summarize books, write essays, and hold fluent conversations across many subjects. Because language is a medium of education, science, law, literature, and philosophy, we naturally feel that if a machine can speak intelligently, it must understand intelligently. But this instinct can mislead us. Language is not the whole of intelligence. Language is already compressed human experience. When we write the word chair, we are not giving a machine the full physical reality of a chair. We are giving it a symbol, a word that hides weight, balance, height, material, purpose, risk, and use. A child does not learn chair only by reading the word. A child climbs on it, falls from it, pushes it, hides under it, watches adults sit on it, and slowly understands what a chair is through the body. AI often begins with the symbol. Humans begin with the world. Part 2. Why seeing is harder than labeling. When we say AI can see, we often mean it can label things: dog, table, cup, tree, wire, person. That is impressive. But real vision is much more than labeling. To see is to understand space. What is in front? What is behind? What is hidden? What is solid? What is fragile? What can move? What can fall? And what might hurt us? Human vision is not just a camera. It is a survival system. When you walk into a kitchen, you do not see pixels. You see a hot stove, a sharp knife, a glass that might break, a chair you can sit on, a floor you can cross, and perhaps a person whose facial expression tells you something is wrong. Your brain is not merely recording the scene, it is interpreting the scene for action. That is why a child can look at a messy room and understand what can be touched, climbed, opened, moved, or avoided. A machine may identify the objects, but understanding the scene is a different problem. Part 3. The world is not prepackaged. Text is relatively clean. It comes in lines, sentences, paragraphs, headings, and documents. It has already been organized by human minds for other human minds. But the visual world is not clean. The physical world is three-dimensional, continuous, noisy, ambiguous, and full of hidden causes. A photograph does not tell you everything. Depths may be unclear. Scale may be misleading. A shadow may look like an object. A reflection may look like an opening. A wire may cross another wire without being connected. And in the physical world, small details can matter. A tiny crack may be harmless or dangerous. A slightly misplaced cable may be irrelevant or catastrophic. This is why visual spatial reasoning matters so much in construction, surgery, engineering, robotics, manufacturing, and aviation. In conversation, an AI mistake may sound plausible and still be corrected, but in the physical world, a wrong visual judgment can have consequences. Part 4. The paradox. So here is the paradox. AI became powerful partly because human language is already prepared training material. It is compressed experience. It is knowledge after humans have already filtered, categorized, and explained it. But reality itself has not been prepackaged for machines. The world does not come with captions. It does not explain which object matters. It does not say, "This being carries weight. This wire is dangerous. This shadow is irrelevant. This tissue pattern is suspicious." Human beings evolved inside this world. We learned by moving, touching, falling, grasping, fearing, playing, and surviving. AI often learns from representations of the world, words, images, videos, labels, data, and human evaluations, other people telling the machine which answers are better. That difference may explain why AI can write like a graduate student, yet still struggle to see like a child. Closing. Maybe intelligence is not one thing. Maybe language intelligence and visual intelligence are not just different skills, but different ways of being in the world. One grows from symbols. The other grows from bodies, space, motion, danger, and action. So when we ask whether AI is intelligent, we should be more precise. Intelligent in language, intelligent in vision, intelligent in action, intelligent in judgment, intelligent in survival. This series begins with a paradox. The machine can speak, but can it truly see? And if seeing is not as simple as we thought, perhaps intelligence itself is far more complex than we imagined. In the next episode, we will discover something even stranger. Human seeing itself is not a simple recording of reality. Your brain does not just receive the world, it constructs it. AI and Human Intelligence Series, Episode 2. Seeing is not recording. How the human brain constructs reality. Opening. Look at an optical illusion. At first, it seems like a trick. Two identical lines appear to be different lengths. A still image appears to move. A shadow changes the color of a square. A face appears where there is only a pattern of light and dark. We laugh because the illusion fools us, but the real lesson is deeper. An optical illusion does not show that vision sometimes fails. It shows how vision normally works. The brain does not passively record reality. It constructs it. Every moment of seeing is an interpretation, fast, automatic, useful, and sometimes wrong. Part 1. The eye receives light, but the brain creates meaning. The eye receives light, but we do not experience light. We experience a world. We see objects, faces, paths, dangers, tools, gestures, emotions, and possibilities. A flat image falls on the retina. From that limited signal, the brain creates depth, shape, motion, color, distance, and meaning. It fills in gaps. It corrects for lighting. It stabilizes the world even while our eyes constantly move. It predicts what should be there before all the evidence arrives. In other words, vision is not a download from the outside world. Vision is a negotiation between incoming signals and the brain's expectations. Part 2. We see with memory. Imagine walking into your kitchen at night. The room is dim. You cannot see every detail, but you still know where things are. The refrigerator is there. The table is there. The cup you left earlier may still be near the sink. You are not seeing only with your eyes. You are seeing with memory. Your brain uses past experience to complete the present scene. This is why familiar places feel rich even when visual information is incomplete. It is also why we sometimes miss what is directly in front of us. Attention shapes perception. Expectation shapes perception. Memory shapes perception. We do not see raw data. We see the world through everything we have already lived. Part 3. We see with emotion. Now imagine the same street at two different times. In the afternoon, it feels ordinary. At midnight, when you are alone, the same street may feel threatening. The buildings have not changed. The pavement has not changed, but your perception has changed. Emotion is not simply added after perception. Emotion is a part of perception. Fear makes certain details stand out. Desire makes other details stand out. Anxiety can turn ambiguity into danger. Trust can make the same thing feel safe. Human vision is not cold measurement. It is living interpretation. A camera records light. A human being sees meaning. Part 4. We see for action. The most important thing about human perception may be this: we see in order to act. A chair is not just a shape. It is something to sit on. A door is not just a rectangle. It is a way through. A cup is not just an object. It is something to grasp. A staircase is not just a pattern of lines. It is a climbable path or a risk of falling. The psychologist James J. Gibson called these affordances the action possibilities that an environment offers to a perceiving body. This is why human perception is deeply connected to the body. We understand size because we have hands. We understand distance because we move. We understand balance because we can fall. We understand danger because bodies are vulnerable. Vision is not separate from life. Vision is life preparing itself for the next action. Part 5. Why this matters for AI. Now, return to artificial intelligence. Many AI systems begin with pixels, labels, and statistical patterns. They can recognize objects. They can describe images. They can generate visual scenes. But human vision is not only recognition. It is prediction, memory, emotion, attention, bodily action, context, survival. That does not mean machines cannot improve. They already have improved dramatically. But it doesn't mean that replicating human vision is not simply a matter of giving machines more images. The human brain is not a camera with a better processor. It is an active world-building system. Closing. So, the next time you look at an optical illusion, do not think of it as a small error. Think of it as a window. It reveals the invisible work your brain is doing every second. You do not see reality exactly as it is. You see reality as your brain constructs it, quickly, usefully, and imperfectly. And that may be one of the great lessons of intelligence. To see is not merely to receive information. To see is to make a world. In the next episode, we go one level deeper, because the brain does not construct reality alone. It does so through the body. AI and Human Intelligence Series, Episode 3. The Brain, the Body, and the World. Why intelligence is embodied. Opening. Watch a baby trying to grasp a toy. The hand reaches, misses, reaches again. The fingers open too early, then too late. The toy slips. The baby pauses, looks, adjusts, and tries again. To an adult, this looks simple, but for the baby, this is a major act of intelligence. The brain is learning distance. The eyes are learning depth. The hand is learning shape. The body is learning control. The world is pushing back. And from this loop, seeing, moving, feeling, adjusting, intelligence begins. So here is the question. Can an intelligence trained mostly on text and images truly understand a world it has never lived in? Part 1. Intelligence did not begin as abstract reasoning. When we think of intelligence, we often imagine abstract thought, mathematics, language, logic, philosophy, problem solving. But biologically, intelligence did not begin there. It began with survival, moving toward food, moving away from danger, recognizing faces, keeping balance, following sound, grasping objects, reading social signals. The brain did not evolve first to write essays. It evolved to help a body stay alive. This matters because human intelligence is not floating above the body. It is built through the body. A child learns not only by being told, but by crawling, touching, climbing, falling, tasting, reaching, and watching others. The body is not merely a container for intelligence. The body is one of intelligence's foundations. Part 2. A baby learns to see by moving. Vision develops through action. A baby does not learn the visual world by staring at images like a machine looking at a data set. A baby moves. The head turns. The eyes follow. The body rolls. The hands reach. The child crawls toward something and discovers that objects change size as distance changes. A toy hidden behind a blanket is not gone forever. A cup can fall. A ball rolls. A face can smile, disappear, and return. These are not just facts. They are discoveries built from repeated bodily experience. Motor development and visual development are intertwined. To see the world as stable, three-dimensional, and meaningful, the child must move through it. The world teaches the brain by resisting the body. Part 3. The brain predicts action. One of the brain's central jobs is prediction. What happens if I move this way? If I reach, will I touch the cup? If I step here, will I fall? If someone raises their voice, what might happen next? If I push this object, will it slide, tip over, or break? Prediction is not abstract. It is practical. The brain is constantly simulating consequences. Even when you are still, your mind is preparing for possible action. This is why perception, movement, and intelligence are so deeply connected. You do not just see a glass near the edge of a table. You see that it might fall. You see that you could catch it. You see the future hidden inside the present. Part 4. The silent senses. There are senses we rarely talk about. Proprioception is your sense of body position, movement, and force. You can close your eyes and still know where your hand is. You know whether your arm is bent or extended, whether your body is leaning, whether your muscles are pushing or relaxing. Balance, or the vestibular sense, tells you how your body is oriented in space. It helps you know whether you are upright, turning, accelerating, or about to fall. Touch tells you pressure, texture, temperature, and pain. And there is another hidden sense, interoception. Interoception is your awareness of the body's internal state, hunger, thirst, heartbeat, breathing, fatigue, discomfort, and pain. These silent senses give intelligence a physical anchor. Without them, the world becomes abstract. With them, the world becomes lived. This is another reason human intelligence is difficult to copy. We are not brains receiving information from a distance. We are living bodies embedded in space. Our intelligence is shaped by gravity, friction, hunger, fatigue, injury, comfort, fear, and social contact. The body is not simply a vehicle for the mind. The body is a part of the mind. We think from inside a body. Part 5. What AI may be missing. Modern AI can process enormous amounts of language and visual data. It can describe a scene. It can generate images. It can answer questions about objects it has never touched. Does it understand weight? Does it understand balance? Does it understand the fear of falling? Does it understand the difference between seeing a knife and holding one? Does it understand why a toddler pauses before stepping down from a curb? Maybe some of this can be simulated. Maybe robotics, sensors, simulation, and physical world training will help machines develop more grounded intelligence. But the gap is real. A system trained mainly on disembodied data may learn patterns about the world without ever having lived through the world. It may know the word fragile, but it has never broken a glass. It may know the word pain, but it has never protected a body from injury. It may know the word hunger, but it has never needed food. Closing. Human intelligence is not pure thought. It is thought with weight, thought with balance, thought with skin, thought with the memory of falling, reaching, touching, fearing, and belonging. This does not make AI unimportant. It makes the question more interesting. Perhaps language-based AI is not fake intelligence, but perhaps it is incomplete intelligence, a powerful intelligence of symbols, an intelligence of patterns, an intelligence of compressed human knowledge. But human intelligence began somewhere else, with a body in a world trying to survive. And maybe that is why the simplest human actions remain among the hardest things for machines to understand. In the next episode, we will see why this matters outside philosophy. Because in the physical world, intelligence does not just produce answers, it touches consequence. AI and Human Intelligence Series, Episode 4. The limits of AI. Why the physical world is harder than language. Opening. Imagine two tests. In the first test, an AI system answers questions from a difficult exam. Its language is fluent. Its reasoning seems impressive. Even when it is wrong, the answer may sound plausible. Now imagine a second test. The same system is asked to inspect a construction site photo. It must identify whether a support is missing, whether a cable is unsafe, whether a structure could fail, whether a small visual detail matters. Here, a confident wrong answer is not just embarrassing, it can be dangerous. This is the difference between language and the physical world. In language, mistakes can hide behind fluency. In the physical world, mistakes have consequences. Part 1. Language is structured. Reality is not. Text is already organized. It comes in words, sentences, paragraphs, sections, headings, and documents. It is created by a human mind for other human minds. Even messy writing has structure. But physical reality is not arranged for easy interpretation. A factory floor does not come with labels. A surgical image does not announce what matters. A machine part does not explain how it will fail. A construction site does not tell you which beam is load-bearing. The physical world is raw, continuous, noisy, three-dimensional, and causal. It contains hidden relationships. It changes over time. It includes forces we cannot directly see. To understand it, an intelligent system must do more than recognize patterns. It must reason about structure, function, risk, and consequence. Part 2. Why? Object recognition is not enough. A visual AI system may detect objects, pipe, wall, tool, person, wire, vehicle, but real-world understanding asks harder questions. Is the pipe connected correctly? Is the wall load-bearing? Is the tool being used safely? Is the person standing in a dangerous area? Does this wire belong to this system or another system? Will this vehicle's path create a collision risk? These questions require more than object recognition. They require causal understanding, domain knowledge, awareness of failure modes. In physical domains, the important thing is often not what an object is. It is what the object does, what it supports, what it connects, what it blocks, what it could damage, what could happen next. Part 3. Where the limits matter. Consider medicine. An AI system may help analyze images, but a medical image is not just a picture. It is evidence inside a body, inside a medical history, inside a clinical decision. A visual pattern may matter differently depending on the patient, timing, symptoms, and risks. Consider robotics. A robot does not only need to recognize a cup, it must grasp it without crushing it, move around people safely, adapt when objects shift, recover when something unexpected happens. Consider infrastructure. A bridge, tunnel, or building cannot be understood from appearance alone. Small defects may matter. Large visible features may be irrelevant. The question is not simply what is in the image. The question is, what does this mean for the system as a whole? That is much harder. Part 4. Plausibility is dangerous. One of AI's strengths is fluent output, but fluency can become a weakness. A language model may produce an answer that sounds reasonable even when it is uncertain. In casual conversation, this can be corrected. In physical world decision-making, plausibility is not enough. A wrong answer about a poem may be harmless. A wrong answer about a surgical image, a factory process, or an aircraft schematic may not be. That is why high-stakes AI requires verification, supervision, testing, and clear boundaries. The issue is not whether AI is useful. It is useful. The issue is where usefulness ends and responsibility begins. Part 5. The next frontier. The next stage of AI may not belong only to chatbots. It may involve industrial software, simulation, robotics, sensor systems, visual inspection, digital twins, autonomous laboratories, medical imaging pipelines, manufacturing data, physical world data sets. Imagine an AI system that can inspect a bridge photo and flag possible structural concerns for an engineer. Imagine a robotic arm that adjusts its grip when an object is heavier, softer, or more fragile than expected. Imagine a medical imaging pipeline that does not replace a radiologist, but highlights suspicious patterns for expert review. These examples show why the frontier is not only language. It is the bridge between symbols and reality, between text and action, between prediction and physical consequence. To cross that bridge, AI will need more than bigger models. It will need grounding, feedback from the world, domain-specific reliability, ways to understand cause and effect, not just correlation, and humans who understand both the power and the limits of the tool. Closing. The point is not to dismiss AI. Language AI has already changed how we write, search, learn, and think. But the physical world remains harder, because reality is not a document. A building is not a paragraph. A body is not a spreadsheet. A machine is not a sentence. In the physical world, intelligence must touch consequence, and that may be the great challenge ahead. Not building AI that merely sounds intelligent, but building AI that understands what its answers mean in the world. In the final episode, we return to the human question. If AI has strengths humans do not have, and humans have forms of intelligence AI does not possess, then perhaps the future is not replacement. Perhaps it is complementarity. AI and Human Intelligence Series, Episode 5. Human Intelligence versus AI Intelligence. Competition, replacement, or complement. Opening. Human beings are not perfect. We forget. We miscalculate. We get tired. We are biased by emotion, memory, fear, desire, loyalty, and pride. We make the same mistakes again and again. Compared with the machine, we are slow, limited, inconsistent. And yet, human intelligence has built science, music, cities, families, ethics, law, religion, art, and civilization. AI is also not perfect. It is fast, scalable, tireless, and encyclopedic. It can process oceans of information. It can assist with writing, coding, research, translation, design, and analysis. And yet, it lacks a body. It lacks lived experience. It lacks moral responsibility. It lacks the deep common sense that comes from being a vulnerable creature in a shared world. So perhaps the future is not simply human versus AI. Perhaps the future is a new question. What should humans and AI become together? Part 1. What humans do poorly. Let's be honest. Human intelligence has serious limits. Our memory is fragile. We misremember events. We overestimate our knowledge. We see patterns where none exist. We are influenced by status, emotion, repetition, and social pressure. We struggle with large numbers. We get bored by details. We become attached to our own opinions. We confuse confidence with truth. In many domains, AI can help precisely because it is not human. It can summarize large documents, compare alternatives, check consistency, generate drafts, translate language, find patterns in data, support decision-making, extend memory, speed up routine work. For many tasks, AI may become an external brain, not a replacement for the human mind, but an extension of it. Part 2. What AI does poorly. But AI has limits of its own. It does not live in a body. It does not grow up in a family. It does not feel embarrassment, hunger, grief, love, injury, aging, or responsibility. It can discuss morality, but it does not bear moral consequence. It can describe pain, but it does not suffer. It can generate advice, but it does not have to live with the result. This matters because many human decisions are not only computational. They are ethical, social, emotional, historical, embodied, contextual. A doctor does not only interpret data. A teacher does not only deliver information. A judge does not only apply rules. A parent does not only solve problems. Human judgment often depends on understanding the whole situation, including what cannot be fully written down. Part 3. Intelligence is not one ladder. One of the mistakes in the AI debate is treating intelligence as a single ladder, as if humans and machines are climbing the same scale, and one side must eventually stand above the other. But intelligence is not one thing. Language is one faculty. Vision is another. Memory is another. Motor control is another. Emotional understanding is another. Moral reasoning is another. Social intelligence is another. Creativity, attention, imagination, practical judgment, and wisdom are all different. AI may become superior in some forms of intelligence. It may already be superior in speed, scale, recall, and pattern generation. But humans may remain essential where intelligence is connected to responsibility, experience, body, and meaning. The future may not produce a single winner. It may produce a division of strengths. Part 4. From replacement to integration. The most useful question may not be, will AI replace humans? The more useful question is, which human tasks should be automated? Which should be assisted? Which should remain human-led? And where do we need new forms of cooperation? Imagine a future workplace where AI handles first drafts, data retrieval, simulation, translation, and pattern analysis. Humans ask the questions, define the goals, check the context, make the final judgment, take responsibility, connect technical answers to human meaning. This is not a utopia. It will create disruption. Some jobs will change. Some skills will lose value. New forms of inequality may appear, but the best response is not denial. It is adaptation. The human role may shift from producing every answer to supervising systems of answers, from memorizing information to evaluating information, from routine execution to judgment, creativity, ethics, and synthesis. Part 5. What should remain human? If AI becomes more capable, the question becomes more philosophical. Not only what can AI do, but what should humans continue to do? Do we want machines to make every decision that can be optimized? Do we want speed to become the highest value? Do we want convenience to replace understanding? Do we want intelligence without responsibility? The danger is not only that AI becomes too powerful. The danger is that humans become too passive, that we stop asking hard questions, that we outsource judgment before we understand what judgment is, that we confuse assistance with wisdom. AI can expand the mind, but it can also weaken the habits that make a mind strong. Attention, patience, curiosity, moral courage, deep reading, human conversation, the ability to sit with uncertainty. These may become more valuable, not less. Closing. Across this series, we began with a paradox. AI can write brilliantly, yet struggle with parts of vision. Then we saw that human perception is not recording, but construction. We saw that intelligence is embodied, built through movement, touch, balance, and survival. We saw why the physical world is harder than language. And now we arrive at the final question. Human intelligence and AI intelligence are not the same. Each is powerful. Each is limited. Each may need the other. AI may become our external brain, but the question is not only how smart AI becomes. The deeper question is, what kind of intelligence do we want to remain human? That question has no easy answer, and perhaps that's why it is the right place to end, not with fear, not with hype, but with honest wonder.